Yo, what's going on, guys? Gonna be playing some Nocturne in the top lane because he's secretly a 1v9 machine. He has a lot of insanely good matchups against meta top laners with above 60% win rates against them, such as Mundo, Malphite, Jace, Akali, and Urgot, and several others. He has an overall great matchup spread. As long as you're playing against champions, you can consistently auto attack. If you're having to play against something like Jax that can block your autos, or Cinch who's gonna run away, that is obviously not a good matchup. We're up against a set. He's a very all-in-y auto attack based top laner, so this matchup should be fine, and he doesn't really have a way of blocking our autos. For the best runes possible, take Lethal Tempo, Triumph, Alacrity, Coup de Grace, with Revitalized Bone Plating, Attack Speed, AD, and Armor. At some point, you will want a form of mana, so for your secondary runes, you could go for Biscuits for the mana, you could even go Mana Flow for the mana. In the primary tree, you could go for Presence of Mind instead of Triumph. I plan on picking up a Tear or a Frozen Heart later down the line in the game, but for now, we shouldn't need the mana. Nocturne's all-in potential truly lies in his level 2 and level 3. Level 1, he is a decent all-inner. The problem is they just will run away from you, and then you end up shoving the wave because of your passive. So oftentimes, it's best to play things slow until level 2, where you can all-in them with your E. Max Q first, E second, W last. I want to get an auto down so I can get all of these. There we go. He goes in for the minions, so now we'll trade with them. A lot of players will make that mistake of thinking they can step up. We already got the minions that we needed to get. So it's like we finished our homework first, and then he's like, oh, I'm going to do my homework now, and then we hit him in the back of the head with a hammer. That's pretty much how that interaction works. He had to give up those minions since we were here first, or he had to fight us while we had minion advantage, one or the other. We land Q. That's a big speed up. I have Ghost. I should be able to run this guy down, which is exactly what I'm going to do here. We get him with passive auto, Q on Z. I have Ghost extensions, an extra AD from the trail. Down he goes. You shouldn't try to do that to Nocturne. If he lands his Q on you, it's usually best not to fight him, because your Q gives you a bunch of movement speed, and it gives you a bunch of AD while you're standing on it. It starts out at 20 AD, guys. That's 2 longswords. That's a 700 gold value on an ability that's already good without it. Oh, goodness. We missed cannon. But we're still up in CS, and more importantly, we have a huge XP lead on this guy. If we end this game pre-15 or pre-25, I'll go ahead and do a part 2. So whenever you go into trade on Nocturne, it is extremely reliant on you landing your Q. So if you do miss it, don't feel like you have to continue the fight or you have to pursue that person. Because if you hit them with it, the trail will follow them, and no matter how they move, you'll be fighting on top of your Q trail, which is giving you movement speed and attack damage. So if you miss it, don't follow it. Just wait. Just wait. And as long as you're in range for your fear to go off, you get 90% bonus movement speed against them once they're feared, and they can't get away from that. 90% bonus movement speed is the fastest movement speed bonus in the game out of any single thing in League of Legends. Super, super high. I have item advantage. We could definitely all-in him here. We blocked his attack, which gave us a bunch of extra attack speed. And down he goes. He didn't use his move. I was standing on top of him. I don't know if he didn't have it or what, if he'd use it on the minions, but it's his cone AoE move. Since we were standing so close, we could have simply walked behind him when he went to cast it. Standing on top of set when you're the superior solo champion is ideal. That way he can't land his slow, cumbersome skill shot, because you can just swap to the other side of him. We can kind of push him off of his turret now, in theory. Never mind. We gotta roam off here. I didn't get there in time to cut him off. We're also risking death from the Zed, which is not good. Go ahead and reset and brush. We already have the wave crash. It'll be pushing towards us. Could go ahead and pick up boots at this point. Pick up boots, this, and we'll pick up this. You don't usually rush tier 2 boots on Nocturne because Ravenous Hydra is such an important first item purchase. Like I've already mentioned, it's in every single one of his top 6 win rate builds. Ravenous Hydra into Jackshow, Ravenous Hydra into Jackshow. His top 2 highest win rate builds. Your third item after Ravenous Hydra into Jackshow is usually going to be Bork, Death's Dance, or Black Cleaver. You'd only go Black Cleaver if it was an armor stack champion like a Malphite or Rammus. Otherwise, you'd want to go for the Bork instead of the Cleaver. Since your passive gives you some AoE auto attacks whenever it's up, on your next auto, it's kind of important that you have more than 4 minions when you go to freeze. For normal champions, you only need them to have 4 more range creeps than you. For Nocturne, you need it to be a lot more. Now in this case, I have T-Mat, so I can't freeze even if I wanted to. It's not really possible. T-Mat plus passive equals I can't freeze it even if he has 50 more minions than me. I have R now, so I can look to shove out and roam. If you don't want to roam on Nocturne, don't play Nocturne, but also then don't rush T-Mat. Instead, you should go for a Bork or Eclipse Rush. This is the highest win rate build because the playstyle gives you options. Hey, friend. Oh, we gotta get on top of the Akali. She gets us. I burned my Ignite and Ghost. I wasn't really expecting Blitzcrank to be there initially, and then I was in too deep. Could have pulled out and just burned the R, though. I don't know why, but I didn't think Akali was gonna have R because she was already below half health or whatever, or lower HP. She did have R. That's unfortunate. Blitzcrank must have roamed when he saw me going on the control ward. He wanted to be in the area. Zed was only level 4. Figured we could kill him. He ends up getting away. We got ignited by somebody there. Either Akali or the Blitzcrank. Set caught up a little bit off that. At least in terms of XP. It gets the turret plate as well. It's kind of annoying. We can shove wave, force him to stay. Nocturne's wave clear is kind of nutty with this build. If he resets, he's going to lose probably 2 plate. Alright, he didn't reset. Zed will roam off again. Maybe look to kill Zed in his jungle since our R is down. Zed is bot side, so he's going to lose his blue buff here. Nocturne still takes camps extremely fast. Extremely fast from passive. Whenever you auto attack large monsters or champions, it removes 3 seconds from your passive's cooldown, rather than just 1 second for autoing anything else. I hope he goes for the turret and then we'll kill him. It's either that or he resets and we take his plates. I think he has more XP than us now. I really do think he does, because we barely just hit level 7. Got it. Nice. Could probably take a plate or 2 here now. Does he? Oh my gosh. Are you kidding me? Turret OP. I could kill Akali for sure. Oof. Hey, friend. Got her with Q. Down she goes. Not bad. I'm looking at Set's items here. He's not going to be easy to solo. He has plated. What is that? 1100 gold versus my Tiamat, which is 1200, but realistically for solos it's more like a 900 gold item. I'll go ahead and shove and reset. We block his pull, so we get all the attack speed bonus. Oh, it sucks. Loki almost was able to kill Zed there. Zed was able to dash, close distance with R. Unfortunate, but now we have Ravenous Hydra, so we can start stacking that up. Start Giga carrying. It's looking like a played still cat game for sure. They have triple AD on their team. Set's getting a fat camp. The initial camp Zed did when he ganked us level 2, he gave us gold, but now Zed's killing us. Set didn't get any of the gold from that, so he's still not going to really be able to fight us. At this point, we'll get tier 2 boots, a tier, and build straight into Jack Show. We have all the damage output we need. Getting tank item second will give the survivability, allow us to survive with the lethal tempo and whatnot. I'll slow push it. He's not leaving. And my R's on cooldown, so there's no incentive to fast shove it. I'll make him think he can get that minion, and I'll kill him. Alright, guess we go for Herald. He's playing extremely submissive and just hoping to get our plates every time we roam. I wish it wasn't an Akali mid, because it would be way easier to kill her if it was a normal mid laner. That you can't go invisible and dash away 5 times. But hey, I don't mind taking Herald. Fight on top of our trail. Taking this incredibly fast. Now he's in a bad spot. He doesn't have his R either, but I don't really have the mana to use R on him right now, so I used it up on my Q. He's so confident just standing there. He's not worried about getting ganked. He's not worried about being all in. What is he gonna do? He must have flash or something. He is not worried at all. Alright, yeah, step up, step up. And he should have to use flash here. My lethal tempo's full stack. He shot that the wrong way. I should have used my W. And we're out of there with ghost extensions. I'll run all the way back. I didn't think his R was back up. I thought he'd already used that on me. Can use Herald to reset because I don't know where the Z is. It's time to go for plated and a tier. Pick up a control ward. If I could have done this game over again instead of Ravenous Hydra Rush against this set, I think it would have been best to go for Bork or Eclipse Rush instead and just play away from Jack-Show. If you're not going to go for... you can't rush Jack-Show first item. You don't have any damage. So instead, yeah, Bork Rush into Jack-Show would have been decent. Or Eclipse into Bork. But basically with Ravenous Hydra, completely took away any option of freezing. And since he has no TP and it's a set, we don't have to worry about him roaming to where being able to freeze it on him would have been a really good option. I'm going to go take Zed's blue buff. Also, by breaking vision, we're less likely to die to a gank. People don't like to gank what they can't see. Hey, bud. We land the Q. I didn't spell shield anything because he held his ability for a while there. He almost died. I'm happy with that. I'm going to go take his jungle here. Go back, pressure the Zed. My wave's slow pushing towards him, so you can just stand there while I take his jungler's camps and kill his jungler. It's fine by me. We ideally would want to stand on top of our Q. I also need to get this into the brush. He's stepping back up. I could be in the bush. He's playing so risky. Zed's bot side. This guy doesn't really know where I am. He's just waiting for it to dump. There's kind of nowhere for us to go, man. Their mid laner's missing. There's no jungle top side. Bit of a weird game. Where's their team, bro? Okay, there they are, finally. For a while, their set was the only person really on the map. I assume he's in a brush or something. Even though he's kind of getting the free farm, we're still building up elite through Ravenous Hydra stacks. I assume he reset here. Set has a lot of CC. Diving underneath turret when he's building tanky and armor would be kind of hard. We can use a backwards trail with Q to give ourselves an escape route. He's literally dead here. I don't think he sees my Herald. Hey Zed, you're dead. You're all gonna die now. My healing's too high. Can walk on either side of him. Where's he gonna put his cone? It's probably on a cooldown. Down he goes. We needed to build up some distance in between us and the both of them while Zed had R on us to minimize his R damage. Because it does more damage based off of how much damage you take after you R's you for like the next 2 or 3 seconds. So We ended up dodging Zed's skill shots, path away from the set. Not too shabby. Set spawning in soon. Zed's probably going to come bot side to stop this. If he does, he's giving up dragon pretty much completely. Gonna lose a huge chunk of this turret. Set's gonna speed up from base since he died. Yep, there he is. Big surprise. And now we take camp, similar to a Tryndamere. And we can look for a reset. We'll push Jack Show into probably Jack Show, Death's Dance. Then pick up a Mana Moon Bork. Have ridiculous damage. Like I said, you do need some kind of mana on Nocturne, whether that's Mana Flow, Presence of Mind, Mana Moon, or Frozen Heart. You don't need all of them, you just need at least one of them at some point. If it ends up going kind of mid-late game, you'll start running out of mana a lot. The mana cost from your Q and E getting higher kind of sucks you dry there. Going from 60 to 80, going from 60 to 80 again. He's still not a complete item, just tier 2 boots. He can't fight us here. We hit him with Q, so we get the trail, block his ability, bunch of extra attack speed. Walk behind him when he goes to channel. And he's dead. He's got nowhere to go. Goodbye, set. The best thing he could do at this point is just play near his turret or roam himself. Stepping up like this isn't going to turn out well for him. You can go for flash. Ghost is better carry potential since you get extensions off kills and assists. Nocturne's very auto attack based. He needs to be able to stay on top of his target in auto to output his damage. Although he has burst, he's more of a shredder than anything else. Constant 30% attack speed from W. That gets all the way up to constant 50%. And then if we block something... Oh, this is bad. Oh. Wait, how does she have vision of me? I'm dead, but... My question is how did Ashe have vision of me when I crossed the wall? That champion's honestly so cancer. She shouldn't have had vision unless that was warded. I don't know. She's really, really fast. She obviously can't solo us, but if Blitzcrank is there and bobbing us down, we don't have the return option on her. Go for Jack Show so we can team fight. And then we'll press for... I guess we could go straight into Mana Moon here. Since we're already so close to it, might as well. Also want Farsight Alteration once it'll let you get it, which I believe is level 9. Yep. That way, whenever you are, if they break vision, and you haven't clicked on them yet, you can just use your ward and then click it on them. I have to save R for Ashe in fights, because if she hits us with slows, you can just kite back and we'll never be able to get to her. She has even just one teammate peeling for her. I lost half of my Ravenous Hydra. Ravenous Hydra stacks really fast though, honestly. Stacks incredibly quickly. There's Ashe. We can just play away from her. The rest of them can't fight us. They're all melee, so I can shred them up. Don't know where the blitz is, so I'm not going to walk over there. Instead, I'll go bot side. I like how that gives a little speed up. It's kind of OP. I'll go ahead and split bot now. We already got top super deep. It's too dangerous though, because they can collapse from mid. We haven't gotten that turret yet. I can take the outer bot here just fine. Was already here. Don't know why my bot lane's pathing for this. He's not even going to get any of these minions. And he's not going to get the turret either. None of them can solo us. Not even the Ashe. And if they send 3 people and one of them is an Ashe, I might be able to 1v3. Normally the bot lane groups mid at this point, since bot lane champs are usually immobile. And they're not good at soloing. Such as Aphelios. Looks like they're starting to pull away from mid there. I don't want to deal with Ashe. It's too much. Every auto attack is a perma slow. Can't really get away from it. Kha'Zix's going in deep. We blocked that off. Got her with the fear. I still have my R gap closer as well. Goodbye, Zed. He's got nowhere to go. Blitz lands hook. Bro, I can't move. I'm taking a lot of turret shots as well. I gotta heal off of something here. Not too bad at all. If we can get the surprise factor on Ashe, we won't even have to use R to get to her like you saw there. We can get her with just Q speed up, fear, block her volley or her initial R with W. And then once the fear connects, she's guaranteed dead. 90% bonus movement speed is very strong. If their team is particularly tanky, like high HP tanks, Ornn, Zac, Rammus, Cho'Gath, Scion, then you need to get Bork sooner, second or third item typically, first, second, or third. You wouldn't want to get a fourth like this. They're not that tanky though. It's only set and he's not even very tanky because he's behind. To where we can get away with delaying Bork for a while. Mana Moon does so much damage. It's already at 70 AD while giving a bunch of mana and ability haste. And just being really busted. Once it turns into Mer mana, it also gives a lot of on-hit damage for your abilities and your damaging abilities, I believe. It's really high. Yeah, so auto attacks against champions deal an additional physical damage. On hit, damaging abilities deal even more. So yeah, that was a waste of my ward. Big accident there. Oh, red's up, sick. If I'm on Trell, I have 340 AD. 22 minutes into the game. That's kind of sick. And I have a tank item as well from Jackshow. So I'm pretty tanky. We blocked his little thing there. Blitzcrank's coming though, so I don't feel like dying. Set also ignited, which kind of tells how close his teammates were. He shouldn't have ignited there. It kind of gave it away. How long does that last for? I'm on ghost extensions here. I gotta get to Ashe though. I'm getting CC'd by something. I think I might need to give up that dragon. They can't really chase. It's too dangerous if they use all their abilities just to chase. At the same time, I don't think we should fight for drag. Well, maybe Lissandra can get here in time. Blitzcrank waste knock up on her. I think I might actually kill them all. That was a great snare onto the Ashe. Now I can stay on top. Jackshow stack, lethal tempo stacked. I'm unkillable. Not even really taking any damage. They did get the dragon. I wouldn't say it's worth it though, because they're not going to be able to get the next one and whatnot. With every item that we get, we're essentially a Jax with more self-healing. It's the best way to describe it. Massive shredder. Ooh, there's somebody over here. Down he goes. I'm healing off of them both. I have lethal tempo and Jackshow, so down they go. Lethal tempo stacked, Jackshow stacked. I don't want to arm underneath turret though. It's Blitzcrank. Healing off of red buff here as well. I can't really take this while they're standing underneath it. Might as well just reset. Could potentially kill the Ashe there if she steps a little bit farther forward. Like to back and get yeah, I don't know. That was a waste. I'm too low on mana. R is gonna drain me 100. Q drains me nearly 100. I don't have enough to use every ability. It's kind of annoying that Nocturne Spell Shield costs mana when Sivir Spell Shield doesn't. Oh, there's a lot of times where you can't even use all your abilities. That's why having a mana item at some point on Nocturne or mana runes is important. Presence of Mind is definitely a better sustain than Triumph. Triumph is better for teamfights than Presence of Mind. Getting the extra healing is pretty sweet. Presence of Mind is whenever you hit an enemy champion with any attack, it gives you some of your missing mana back. And I believe it's also when you get a kill or assist, it gives you 10 or 15% of your missing mana. Something like that. Should take this fight. Level 3 R. We have space to chase. I just don't want to get on top of yeah, I want to get on top of Ash. I'm getting focused down so hard here. Was almost able to survive. Was tanking the Zed mostly. A little bit from everybody though. We took 4,100 damage, which is crazy. Because we only have 2,700. Wait. What am I saying? Okay. We took 4,000 damage, but we only have 2,700 health. That means we were healing a lot in that fight. This doesn't count self-mitigated either. It's a lot of damage. Need Death Dance. If we had Death Dance, we actually probably lived because we got a kill before we died. With Death Dance, whenever you get a kill or assist, you get a bunch of health back. And if they were focusing you, it basically heals you for all the damage they dealt to you. Or for a lot of it that they dealt to you over the last 3 seconds. Having that would have definitely been good. Revitalize pulls a lot of weight on Nocturne. Passive healing plus his most meta builds, his strongest win rate builds. It's a lot of self-healing. Bonus healing at 1,600. Shielding. I don't know how I even got bonus shielding. Must have been from Ari or the Soraka Aerie. The Chemtech drags are incredibly strong, but the soul I think kind of sucks. Not a huge fan of the soul. My R has more range than my blue ward. How cool is that? You're dead. I'm gonna ghost to get the extensions. Down she goes. Auto attack Q into the E. Now I have double ghost extensions and can run down their whole team. My ghost is extended by 14 seconds total, so it is a 24-second ghost instead of a 10-second ghost. Yeah, she's gonna get away now. Collie's so impossible to keep up with. Psych. Imagine if I could see her though, that would be sick. I have Jack Show stacked and Lethal Tempo stacked. This guy can't hurt us. Down he goes. There's someone else over here. Hey Zed. He flashed my Q. I don't think my Q would have killed him. So yeah, Mana is giving us 76, 80 total, 860 mana, 15 ability haste, 25 on hit damage on every auto attack, and 82 extra damage on every ability. It's kind of insane, man. Mana is legit as good as like 1.8 items. So strong. Really good scaling item. I assume this is all worded is what's going on. Everyone's missing on the map. They have nobody showing. We just got an extra 5% healing and tenacity. It's a great thing to have when you're building self-healing items, Ravenous and the Bork. Could R the Akali, probably couldn't kill her though. Gonna dash away. Yeah, Blitz is right on top of the Ashe, big surprise. He's hovering. I'm not gonna be able to kill her. She's also close to her turret, so I don't have space to chase. They're surrounding this area. There's 3 of them over here. Now they're gonna group mid. Stop Kha'Zix. Go for the Ashe. EWQ. This is bad. That was just too many people. It was all 5 of them. Ashe had flash. Couldn't stay on top of her. It's time for Death's Dance. We'll end up selling our boots for final item. It might even be a crit movement speed item like not Death's Dance, but Phantom Dancer. Phantom Dancer is a decent item to sell boots for. You could also get Dead Man's instead, but usually you'd want to damage on a build like this that relies so much off of self-healing. How long were we CC'd for? We're CC'd for only 1.6, but the thing is, Set is super tanky and he has heal cut. If I could attack anyone else on their team, I could probably kill them. Movement. Could go Cleaver, but that only starts giving you movement speed once you're in combat. Shojin's definitely not bad on Nocturne. I think Phantom Dancer is the way to go. 7% movement speed, and then whenever you're attacking people, you get another 7% movement speed, so 14% total. And if you attack 4 times, you get 30% attack speed on top of that. It's pretty good. And you ignore unit collisions, so you can walk through people. That's really useful, because when they're all mosh pitting on us, it's kind of easy for them to get in our way. I guess we're ghosted when we're on our Q, though. So maybe the ghosted aspect isn't quite as useful as I was thinking it is. Ash is the one who needs to die first. I think I'm on a ward. I already have the cutoff route on her here. Got my fear on her, and I still have my R as well. Yeah, they all die. I'm on ghost extensions too. What a nasty fight. Who wasn't there? I guess Set wasn't there. And then they quit. Wow, okay. They get Baron. Then they're like, okay, we give up. Well, we got damage dealt, damage taken. Looking at damage dealt to enemy champions, we had the most in the game at 58k, compared to the second highest at 26k on the Sandra and 25k on Akali. Ash surprisingly didn't have very high damage output. With that being said, we did have 2 assassins plus Lysandra, who's basically an assassin as well. For damage taken, we took the most on our team, almost the most in the game at 38,000. Self-mitigated, we had self-mitigated the most in the game, even more than Set, who built tank, just goes to show how broken self-healing is. And just having things like Death's Dance can be. For healing done, we had healed almost as much as Soraka at 16,000 compared to her 19,000. Self-healing is definitely balanced. And for runes, got really high value. Nocturne top lane is pretty crazy. Just remember, you need some source of mana, at least one source from your runes, or at least one source from your build, and you'll be good to go. Remember, Ravenous into Jack Show. Third item is going to be Black Cleaver, Death's Dance, or Bork. If you do not want to rush Ravenous Hydra first item because you want to try to freeze, that can be a little bit inconsistent because of your passive, or if you're not good at freezing. So generally, go Ravenous. If you don't want to shove, then you'd rush Bort or Eclipse first item instead. If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. My name is King6. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.